Hello everyone. This is Dr. Pooja Sharma, Associate Professor in Department of MBA. Today I will discuss about the concept risk management. Before starting the concept risk management, I'll let you know about the risk. Risk is what? It is the possibility of loss, and it depends on the degree and probability of such kind of losses, how it should be managed, how it should be measured. It is very important for any businessman or for any individual. Many times you have seen a risk is associated if any task the person will avoid that. So that should not be happen in business unit, because in business unit if you will avoid the risk you cannot have the possible profits. So now let's start with the concept of the risk management. It is the process that identifies losses, exposure faced by an organization and selects the most appropriate technique for treating such exposures. A loss exposure is in any situation or circumstances in which a loss is possible regardless of whether a loss will occur or not. Example of risk or loss: a plant that may be damaged by an earthquake. It can be insured. For treating these kind of risk, a businessman can take the insurance. Now I'll discuss about the objectives of risk management. Risk management has objectives before and after a loss occurs. Pre-loss objectives: prepare for potential losses. You will just prepare yourself for the potential losses, and that will reduce your anxiety. Sometimes it is necessary for the as per the government rules and regulations. Post-loss objectives: ensure survival of the firm, continue operations, stabilize earning, maintain growth, minimize the effects that a loss will have on the other person or and on society. Means basically post loss objectives of the organization is to survive after the loss, also continue their operations so that they can have the potential profit in future. After striving a lot for this loss, they need to face some kind of problem, and they have to make the strategy to stabilize the earning also. Risk management process: there are the four steps uh, to manage the risk. First, identify potential losses. Second, measure and analyze the loss exposure, means how much loss occurred during a certain accident or incident. Select the appropriate combination of techniques for treating the loss exposures. Implement and monitor the risk management program, means after implementing a certain technique, that should be monitored, that should be properly monitored and evaluate either this technique is good or not. Is there any corrective action needed in the future or not? Identify potential losses: property loss exposures, liability, business income, human resource, employee benefits, intangible property, failure to comply with government rules and regulations. These kind of losses can be happened in the organization. Risk manager have several sources of information to identify the loss exposures. First method is questionnaire, second physical inspection, third flow charts, and fourth financial statement. These are the some methods which sources that a risk manager can know about the loss exposure. Estimate the frequency and severity of loss for each type of loss exposure. Basically, loss frequency means number of times that loss that may occur, and severity means amount of loss that may occur. So there is a difference between the frequency and the severity, and the loss exposure can be analyzed and ranked according to their relative importance. It is very important for any organization to know about which kind of loss, which kind of risk is associated with a certain asset, or it can be physical asset, it can be uh, intangible asset also. So it is systematic risk or unsystematic risk. It should be identified the risk manager properly, because When the systematic risk, it can be market risk, interest risk, or purchase power risk. When I'll talk about the unsystematic risk, that can be business risk or the financial risk. So that should be identified, that should be understood by the businessman properly, then he can make the better plan for this. Thank you so much. That's all for today. In my next lecture, I'll discuss about the risk management techniques or methods. Thank you so much.